What's up? If you are new here, my name is Lauren and I'm a flight attendant for a regional airline. Today, I am going to be answering questions that y'all left me on my Instagram, and then I'm also doing my makeup. I am going to show you what I normally wear for work on a daily basis. And if you're interested, then just keep watching. Oof. My hair is pulled back and out of the way, but I look crazy. My mom's yelling in the background. I think she's trying to cook. I don't know. Looking a mess, but let's be real. This is probably how I actually look in the morning while I'm getting ready. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to prime my face, and I am using, oh god, don't judge my nails, MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Setting Spray. I need a fan. If you hear any snoring in the background, it's that puppers right there. Comfy, yeah? She will snore. So first I'm going to take the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Snow. I'm gonna conceal under my eyeballs first. I always like to pair a little bit of concealer on my chin because I have lots of breakouts there. Nose and forehead. I'm gonna take a Morphe M427 brush, just kind of like drag and dab that all over. While I'm doing this, go ahead and answer the first question. Do a lot of pilots and flight attendants date? I'm gonna say no. A few do. I definitely know a few pilots and flight attendants who date. I know pilots who are married to pilots, pilots who date pilots. So I mean, it's out there. It's not common, but I don't think it's as common. It's not a common occurrence that everybody probably thinks that it is. But it's a funny question because I think more people think that that is more of a thing than what it actually is. And now I'm going to go in with my Morphe sponge and just finish dabbing in the rest of my concealer. I'm really working to those inner corners because they're very dark. I didn't really have a struggle with dark circles until I started applying. Yay. And yes, the acne struggle is real right now. I think it's a combination of a few things. Some maskne issues going on because it is just from like ear to ear, everything below here is breaking out, and I think it's because of the mask and stress. Yeah. Just trying to conceal the crap out of that. God, get it together. Don't judge my brushes, I know they're pretty dirty. For foundation, I know I kind of did it opposite. I did my concealer first and then my foundation, but this is why. I'm using the Bare Minerals powder foundation, shade Barely Medium number 5. And I feel like this gives a pretty good all over, like, full coverage. Kind of to build it, it's a buildable coverage. So I get a little bit in the top of the lid, swirl, tap, and then I just buff it into the skin. And I probably do this twice. So 2 applications because I'm in full coverage, and I feel like it kind of gives a little bit of glow to the skin too, which is nice. And it's super light. I want something that's not gonna like run and transfer while I'm at work and This is held up pretty well, even with wearing a mask. It rubs off my nose, but it stays pretty wherever. But it stays pretty well everywhere else. Face is done. So now I'm going to move on to eyeliner. I switch it up a lot, but the one that I go back to all the time is, oh, ooh, oh my gosh, I lied. Okay, so let's break down the eyes real quick. Sometimes if it's early mornings, it's just mascara. Some days it's just eyeliner, and sometimes it's a little bit of this and some eyeliner. It just depends on the day. Stila Smoky Storm Magnificent Metals. It's like a liquid eyeshadow. So I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put on some winged eyeliner, and I'll do my mascara at the end. The next question: is the Mile High Club a real thing? I hope not. That's disgusting. That's nasty. It better not be. I don't think it is. I've never witnessed this happening on a plane. Because let's be real, we know those bathrooms are gross. Don't do it. That's disgusting. But a hilarious question. So no, I don't think the Mile High Club is a real thing. God, I hope that's not real. And then I also just dab it across my eyelid once I apply it, just to kind of spread it out a little bit more evenly. Yeah. My eyeliner, I've been doing this since I was like probably 14 or 15, so to me this comes very easily. To other people this takes a long time. And just lightly drag it across the top of my lid. And then I go from the corner, I trace like an imaginary line from the corner of my eye to like the tip of my eyebrow, and so that's kind of how I line up where to drag the brush to. I've seen some people use tape. That works too. Yeah, might have made it a little too thick. It's alright. The next thing I'm moving on to is bronzer. I'm using the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula in the shade Bronzer. That's what it says on the back. This is a Morphe brush. I've just used it so much that it doesn't have a name anymore. Taking it, and I'm just going to dab it all around my forehead. I'm going to end up dabbing it through here, outlining my nose a little bit. I don't severely contour anything. It's more of like bronzing. Next question. How are you staying safe from COVID? Well, this is a good question. Because, you know, the airline has obviously set rules, and the CDC has their rules, and we're all honestly just following them and doing the best we can. And information changes. It's been less of every day recently, but it's just crazy how much information changes so rapidly. So with my airline, everyone is now required to wear a mask. There are no more medical exemptions. So anyone over the age of 2 years old must have a mask to be on board our aircraft. Which, I know everybody has their own opinions on the mask debate, but I think it's a good thing, especially on an airplane. I don't know you. I don't know where you've been. You don't know where I've been. It's just really, I think it's safe right now, because some people are honestly just really gross and don't cover up when they cough and sneeze. And so hopefully if they have a mask on, at least it's kind of covered up. Whether it, when it comes down to it, will it help? I don't know. I'd like to think that it does. That, along with washing my hands as frequently as I can. and sanitizing as much as possible. I even keep cleaning wipes with me just to like wipe down my bags and my shoes. And I'm probably go a little crazy with the disinfecting, but rather be safe than sorry. And I keep my distance from people, even when I'm on an airplane. Like, we don't provide service anymore, so I'm not serving people unless first class requests it. So if I'm working first class, then, you know, they'll get some service. That helps keep your distance. We've done pretty well about that. You know, we try and tell people to keep space between them and others when getting on the plane, getting off the plane, deplaning row by row so that people aren't staying on top of each other, because people just love to just stand and crowd in the aisle as soon as that seatbelt sign goes off. It's like, you can't go anywhere until I say so. So sit down. Not that hard. But you know, whatever. So I'm just doing what I can, trying to be clean, take my vitamins, whether that helps or not. Hope it does. Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, I don't know if that answers the question fully, but I mean, that is what I'm doing. So whatever rules are out there, I'm trying to follow them as best as I possibly can. I don't always do this step, but I am going to kind of carve out this area a little bit. How does your schedule work? Do you have scheduled days off? How many days are you scheduled on? I get this one a lot, and to be honest, it changes every month. I am moving on to blush. I am also using a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH04 is for my blush. This is a Milani Blush. To be honest, I don't even know what their name is anymore. Something Rose, number 11. So our schedules, each month we bid for them. And the bid that you receive is kind of based off seniority as well. So you can, when you have more seniority, you will get to know what your schedule is for the month while you're flying. When you're more junior, like me, you're getting a short call schedule, and short call means you'll have an on-call time at 10 a.m. or an on-call time at 4 a.m. I try and avoid the 4 a.m. schedule as much as possible, because that is just not a good hour for me. It's very rough. I'm not a super early morning person. I am if I have to be, but I don't like to be. So you do have scheduled days off. They can change, it can differ each month. I try and have Saturdays and Sundays off, but then you know, I try and work 5 days on, 2 days off. You can work 6 days on, 1 day off, 6 days on, 1 day off, and stack up the days at the end of the month, so you have like this big chunk of time where you have off. You can just be at home, or you can travel, you can go do things. So the schedule's pretty flexible. I think I like it. I don't mind it. I don't want the same schedule every month. I like the change. I don't like anything to be too consistent. Oh, whoops, sorry. This is I'm using, words are hard. I am now moving on to highlights. This is the Milani highlight in Strobelight. And I'm also using another Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush, JH09. Normally, the minimum amount of days that you will have off a month, at least with my airline, is 10 days. And this month I had 11 days off, and I've pretty much worked, for the most part, 5 days on, 1 day, 2 days off. I think I do like a 6 day on, 1 day off, 6 day on type of stretch, and then I'm off for 5 days at the end of the month, because we are hitting our 1 year mark of being with the company. Me and a few flight attendants are going to try and take a trip together just to celebrate that, but also mourn the fact that we're going to be furloughed come October 1st. That's happening. So that's really sad. And I'm just dusting away some of that setting powder. Like I said, I don't always do this step, but I'm feeling a little extra today. Moving on to eyebrows. The Anastasia Brow Definer. Another question I get asked a lot is, do you fly internationally? And the answer is no, for the most part. We fly to Canada. I have yet to work a Canada trip. Would love to work a Canada trip, but we fly to Canada and that is it. Any of my international trips I have taken all on my own, like on my days off. Give me a second on these brows. I can't talk and do this at the same time. And that's about as good as those are gonna get today. Mascara is the next step, and I am using the Caution Extreme Lash Mascara by Hourglass. The next question, what is the most challenging part? I keep trying to answer questions while doing things like this. So the most challenging part, it's hard to say. Because there are so many pros to the job. Maybe the most challenging part was getting used to the new lifestyle. Your schedule is different each month. Things are always changing. Even, you know, you could be out, you think you're just out for an overnight, and then they call you and it's like, oh, just kidding. We're gonna add 4 more overnights to your schedule. You're gonna go 4 more places this week, which sometimes it's like, heck yeah, that's awesome. And other times it's like, I kind of just wanted to hang out on call and like clean my house and be productive. Well, I can't. I don't know. That's a hard question. I think, and I hate to sound like a downer, like bummer topic, but like right now, and like I said, I've only been doing this a year, but even what I hear and observe from people who've been doing this a long time, the hardest part of the job would be what we're dealing with right now. So we're dealing with base closures. Like, that's really hard because people end up buying houses and they have a whole life in the base that they are in, and so that has to get uprooted. And when that happens unexpectedly, that's really hard, but you gotta adapt and move on, just accept the future. Like, that's just how this game works. Not only that, but furloughs. I've never experienced being furloughed, so that's hard to kind of like grasp and like accept, because it's sad. You don't want to be furloughed. We all love our jobs tremendously, and so maybe that's the challenging part, all of the crazy changes that can be thrown at you. You just have to like roll with the punches of everything and keep a smile on your face even when the going gets tough. I feel like I've truly been blessed to have, honestly, the best job in the entire world. You can't convince me otherwise. You can try, but being a flight attendant is the best job out there. I've never been so happy with a job in my entire life. So I'm going to move on to lipstick now. And so right now I don't normally wear lipstick because we're wearing a mask, so nobody's gonna see it anyways, and it's probably gonna rub off on the mask and it's just gonna make a mess. Whew. But normally, if I'm doing my lipstick for work, I am wearing a red lip, that classic flight attendant red lip. I love it. I'm going to first line my lips with the NYX Lip Liner. I don't really know what it's called, but it is in the shade Red Tape. So I'm gonna try and answer a question while doing this. My pet peeves. What are my pet peeves? Oh, I've got some. Okay, I'll answer this question when I'm done doing this. Alright, I need to fix this mop. Whew. That's better. Did I answer my pet peeves? don't think I did. Stepped away for 5 minutes and I'm just like, oh god. So, pet peeves. Taking your shoes off on the airplane. That's disgusting. I didn't realize how much of a thing this would be. So, captain turns off fasten seatbelt sign through the flight, and then as we start the approach, fasten seatbelt sign comes back on, and people get up to go to the bathroom. It's just like, you've had this whole time. What have you been doing? Probably my top two. And just not being respectful. If I'm saying hello to you and I'm acknowledging you or I'm talking to you, yeah, be a normal, be a nice human and talk back to me. I understand, like, people come on and who knows what kind of day they had leading up to getting on the plane. But like, don't take it out on me, okay? I'm still gonna smile at you and be nice to you, but I just don't like it deep down inside. Okay. Oh my god, I totally forgot to set my face. Oh, get it together, woman. Okay, but that is it. That is how I normally do my makeup for work. Sometimes it's a little extra. I wanted to say thank you to Vicky. Vicky was the one who asked me to do this, so thank you, Vicky, so much. I had so much fun filming this. And yeah, if y'all have any other questions, comment down below and I will answer them as best I can for you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.